Unleash your genius. What is genius? What am I even talking about? When I say genius, I am not talking about you as the creator. Your genius is actually that which is beyond you. You are simply the channel. So when you are coming from a place of letting your ego go as an artist, and you stop even claiming your work as your own, this is when the genius that is supposed to come through you will, in your art, whatever art that is. I realized this about 5 years ago. I quit even referring to my books as my books. Even now when I catch myself doing it, you know, because it's a slip of the tongue basically, I do correct myself. This isn't my story. This is the story that is coming through me, if you will. This really allows the genius to come through. I'm not a brilliant writer, honestly. I've just showed up to the page many times. I've put my time in to hone my craft. So that's what we're going to be discussing today. For anyone that's a creative individual, the way to truly harness your talent is you need to obviously develop your craft, okay? This is a thing about channeling the genius. You've got to get the vehicle, the tools ready. You know, you can't be a brilliant musician if you didn't learn how to play the guitar or the piano first, how to read music. You can't be a brilliant illustrator, let the genius out, if you didn't take some drawing classes and learn how to use your hands and how to draw things on the page. Same thing with the writing. I will say that over the last 10 years, I have really learned how it's the best of both worlds. I've learned my craft, and I know I've got all the technical aspects down. The trick is being able to get that part and then step aside so now the genius can flow through this vehicle that is ready for it. So word warriors, this week what I want you to do is, hopefully you have decided on what you want to be writing, and I want you to plan it out. I've heard some of you mention you've got lots of little projects that you start something. This is very common as a writer, actually. You begin writing something, you're completely excited about it, and if you're writing a novel, you get 1 or 2 chapters into it, you have no idea what you're trying to say with it, and you put it down and you never revisit it. I want you to pick one idea. This is for everyone out there that's watching this series. I want you to pick one idea, and I want you to plan it out. I want you to come up with an outline. I want you to figure out, first and foremost, what is the purpose of this work? What are you trying to say with it? Who are you trying to speak to? And I want you to work out a plan of action, okay? If you're going to write a novel, I want you to come up with a synopsis. A synopsis is basically, think of a movie trailer, okay? It's a really short, catchy, 1-page overview of the story. This is a really great way to get you thinking about what it is you are getting ready to write. Think of it as a movie trailer. That's my best way to put it to you. So if you're getting ready to write a novel, write your synopsis. This is going to get you to really think it through. What are you trying to say with this book? And then I want you to map out the first 3 chapters. Make an outline. Okay, I want to know what the setting is, who the characters are. Develop the characters that are going to be in those first 3 chapters. Are you writing the book in first person? I did this, I did that. Or are you going to write it in third person? She did this, he did that. The perspective that you tell a story from it should have meaning as well. If you want a more intimate feeling, you're going to use first person. I love writing in first person. I'd always written in third person, and I gave it a try. And honestly, I don't think I'll ever write anything in third person ever again. So decide on all of these things and go ahead and let your genius come through you. This is, you get to the keyboard, or you get to that canvas, you get to that place where you're going to make a piece of music, and you step aside and let your genius come through. This is really your higher self coming through you. That's when the magic happens. And when you can start learning to manage and basically collaborate with this I, Amy, collaborate with my higher self, my genius, magic. This is creation. This is creation at its best. Time stands still. You are not critiquing it because you're not the one creating it. This is the other beautiful thing about learning to step out of the picture, because you are not critiquing yourself. You are not downing it. You aren't fully even aware. I swear to God that the last series that I wrote all 4 novels back to back in 8 months flat, okay? These books are 300 pages long each. And when I went back after the first draft and reread the books, I was laughing, I was crying like the reader, because I wasn't the one writing it, even though I was the one writing it. I'm not kidding. So this is exactly what happens. Any of you out there that have ever created a piece that this has happened with music or whatever, please leave a comment or respond with a video. I'd really appreciate that. This is when you know you're really in the flow. I just got in from work. I was in my car driving home, and I knew that this message needed to be recorded immediately. These messages are starting to come through very fast and very clear, and I love sharing them with you all because my viewers are really showing me a lot of love, and thank you. I really appreciate the return love and energy that you're giving me. It's very exciting, and it makes this whole process, it brings it full circle. We all have that genius. You have a genius. Don't claim that you are the genius. This is key. It is removal of ego. This allows whatever's supposed to come through you. It is your duty as an artist, especially in these times. Your art is healing. It has alchemic principles. It is your duty, your purpose in life, to let that come through you and to find a platform. There's so many free ways to do it. You don't have to get published. If that's what you want to do, great. But make it a priority. And here's another thing to tie it into all the other videos I've been making. When you connect creatively to your genius, you are plugging in to divine source like no other. This is going to lift you up out of those lows, okay? The relapses. This is what gets you back on track. Create your way out of the negativity. It's a way to process and a way to express, and most importantly, it's a way to connect. Whether you love to dance, sing, write, draw, you like geeking out on your computer with Photoshop and messing with photos, you like to take a camera out into nature while you're hiking, you're creating jewelry, wands, whatever it is you're creating is a valid endeavor and can be used for the greater good. Especially right now, I can't stress that enough. I believe that is my purpose with these videos. It's It's one of my purposes with these videos, is to encourage all of you that are artists out there. And even if you don't label yourself as an artist, we are all creators. I don't care if it's baking, you're a gardener, it's all creativity. If it brings you joy and you are creating, you are an artist, period. So I love you all. Unleash the genius within and gift the rest of the world with it. And it really will accelerate your awakening and pull you up out of some of these slumps that we all tend to go into. Namaste, I love you all.